Hey guys, and welcome back to Season 8 of Diablo 4. And with the new season, we have two core systems that you're going to want to understand so you can make the most out of them in these opening days. That's the apparition incursions and the boss powers that we're stealing for our own. We're going to cover all the useful details to know. Right off the bat then, this new event is going to be a familiar concept. You're going to open up the map and see where it is. You'll see it as a pulsing red symbol. This is what the symbol looks like, and we can see the progression on it right now. So this one's starting in just 2 minutes. It's also good to know that this is always available as an event compared to other events that might have downtimes between them. So as soon as this one ends, one will spawn somewhere on the map, somewhere else. It is a boss rush event then, which means you go there and kill enemies and fill a progress bar, and then that spawns a new mini boss to then defeat. And you can speed this along by targeting elites with the red skulls on the map. These are worth extra reputation, so that's great, but also by clicking on these Belial eyes, which appear on the map as white dots showing you where they are. When you do that, it spawns a bunch of enemies around you to clear. About those bosses though, there's 10 of them to be found. Each one rewards its own unique boss power for you to unlock and use. But it is unfortunately complete RNG which boss spawns, so to collect all 10 of these, you'll need to get involved in these events long enough for the RNG to bless you. On the bright side, there are 2 waves to this fight, which will mean 2 incursion bosses per run, but here's the list of the bosses. We have Alec with the Talons boss power here. We have the Beastmaster, giving us Beastmaster's training. We have the Blackmailer for Blackmailer's sabotage. The Flesh Reaper with Disruption here. Hatred's Embrace for the haste power. Kirma with Sparks. The Outlaw Sharpshooter and its eye. We have Cinerat and the Flames. Skurg with the Toxins. And finally, Torusk with his Rage. You'll also note that there are 2 Belial powers. The Crystal Decoy one here and the Eye Beams. These come from the boss ambushers and not the incursion boss that you're going to encounter. So yes, after you completing an incursion and you've defeated the second mini boss of it, Ambusher Belial will spawn in. He works as a slightly stronger mini boss compared to the other incursion bosses with slightly more involved mechanics. My quick tips would be to say stay close to him normally. He spawns red circles at his location, but then they move out with these moving crystals, so if you don't move, they'll move out away from you. Otherwise, just circle around him to avoid the occasional wind blast and red blast that he does in lines. And when he teleports, just move away from him. As he lands, he spreads this red wave around himself, so just give him some space. After you kill this Belial though, you get the main rewards of the event, and kind of finish the incursion proper. By doing this, you're going to generate a few things, like Spectral Ash. It's the resource that you mainly collect from these incursions, so you're going to need a lot of these events to get enough Ash to improve your powers. But to confirm this for you, you do get Spectral Ash from other places, such as opening the chest post killing a Lair boss, using your Lair key to do so. However, it doesn't give you a ton. I did my first 2 Zir kills just yesterday, and from that I got 2 piles of Ash. One gave me 62 Ash, which was decent, and then 44 on the second kill. So while it's definitely there as a nice bonus for boss killing, you get a lot more Ash consistently and easily from doing the incursions. It's just more of a bonus when you're doing Lair bosses. The thing is, you're going to need a lot of Ash, as you'll find, to upgrade your powers. These go up to rank 20 as it shows you, but these actually scale at different levels. So to upgrade, say, this rare level power, so be aware then that you should need about 2,000 Ash total to fully upgrade a magic boss power to 20. It'll be about 2,700 for rare powers though, and then yes, even for the legendary ones, it's over 3,300. So a lot of Ash is needed. As some extra tips then, I want to highlight the season journey. There's a task in the season journey that requires you to be the one to click 12 of those Belial eyes, known as the betraying eyes. Even if you're in a group and one of your friends clicks on one of these eyes, it doesn't track for you. It must be you that physically clicks the eye, so my advice for this is simple. Just run around popping the eyes during the part 1 and part 2 of the event before any of the bosses. And during this phase, actually ignore killing mobs for a while because that's going to complete the progress bar and end this section early. So by being in that phase longer, you can maximize popping or pressing the eyes and get that part of the season journey done as soon as possible. This is important because you don't want to get walled at chapter 1, and the sooner you get these archetype caches, you're going to get something specific for your class and useful for your build potentially, and you're going to get caches in the individual rewards that are going to be really useful, like a Spectral cache here that's going to give us Spectral Ash to upgrade our powers. Once we hit chapter 4 though, that's where it gets really important. This is when you're going to start unlocking Smouldering Ashes from individual objectives, as well as the chapter reward itself. That's right, you no longer get the Smouldering Ashes from the Battle Pass, it's by completing chapters and even individual parts of the season journey now. And if you haven't looked yet, the season blessings have changed. We no longer actually increase the amount of XP we get. However, what is here is incredibly impactful, such as the Urn of Oaths to help us with the reputation, as we're about to cover, the Urn of Glyphs when you're actually progressing that and leveling them up. If you're farming dungeons and hordes to get Obducite, this is going to be incredible. If you're killing any boss, you want the Urn of Lies maximized to double the rewards potentially. And I mean, before handing in any whispers, Urn of the Ancestral Whispers, every one of these is actually very impactful. So you want to hyper focus the season journey. Right, the other thing to be aware of is the reputation and how to actually get it. As you can see, our main objective, walling us from, say, the season quest line, is the Unveiler's Oath reputation. You can come here to this town here, Tassarak, just next to Zabinzet. And this is where you've got, say, the bounty board to show us the rewards. And as you can see, I've got some here, Spectral Ash. By progressing this, we're going to get some very valuable early gear and upgrades, currency, materials, uniques and such. All of this is going to be incredibly helpful to powering you along your journey. Long term though, obviously we still have a Resplendent Cache at the end of this, so this is going to give us the Resplendent Spark, which is going to be used to craft your specific mythic unique. But how do you get rep? How do you reliably farm it? Here's everything I saw from my testing on day one. The easiest source of rep is of course the Incursion events. If you kill basic enemies there, you can get small doses of rep occasionally, but the reward for killing elites is actually 40 rep, which is why it's worth doing. Each Incursion boss is worth much more though, 350 rep per kill. That also counts for the Belial here, so that's 1050 for each full Incursion event from the 3 bosses. But even more than that if you consider the many mobs and elites that you're going to get rep from. But that doesn't mean you can't get it elsewhere. It seems to just be tied to bosses in general. For example, when I completed a Legion event, I got 250 rep. When I killed the final boss of a pit, I got 250 rep. The final boss of Undercity, same thing, 250 rep. So the final boss of any relevant dungeon will likely give you 250 rep. However, even better from that is actually the Lair bosses. So if you end up farming these, you're going to get a lot of rep. In Torment 1, when killing the Lair bosses, I got even more rep, 750 per reward, which is pretty incredible. But that rep doesn't come for free. While you can summon the Lair bosses for free, you don't just get the rewards if you don't have the keys to open the chest, and when you spend the keys to open the chest, that's when you get the rep. Finally, the boss powers. There's a total of 24 to collect here in Season 8. 10 total will come from doing the Incursions. As you can see, I've already got them on day 1. But then we have Lair bosses and world bosses to give us other sources of powers. Like we've seen, they come in different rarities. We have magic, rare, and the highest, legendary, the most expensive to upgrade. The 10 magic powers will come from all the Incursion bosses, but these 9 come from a mix of lower level Lair bosses and world bosses, so you want to make sure you kill them all once. As an important tip here then, you can actually summon the Lair bosses for free. It's just the reward chest that requires the keys. So you can again for free kill a Lair boss and still unlock the power. We did this for Uravar shortly after reaching Torment 1 yesterday. So just remember the Lair bosses can be accessed on Torment 1 and above, and you can go get the powers pretty easy for a lot of them. What would I say are going to be solid, easy powers to get? Well, I would definitely say Uravar's if you're using an ultimate build. As you can see, cast an ultimate skill, gained 15% cooldown reduction. Amazing. There's also the very popular Ashava's Poison Breath. It's going to scale damage with damage over time. So if you're running a poison build, obviously it's great, but dots of any kind, this is very powerful. And it's going to be an early source of just, hey, put more damage into my general gameplay, which is great early game. Naturally then, any of the 10 rare powers from the Incursion bosses are easy to get. You just farm the event. But I definitely enjoyed Alex Talons, just giving me a bit of movement speed while I'm leveling. If you're using minions, you need to run Beastmaster's Training because it's just straight up summon damage. I also enjoyed my time with Hatred's Embrace Haste. Again, more movement speed for the leveling, if you're using Shadow or Fire skills. So those ones are pretty standout to me. Though obviously, depending on your build, it'll change. But yeah, there you have it. That's my overview after day 1. I hope there was some useful information and relevant tips there for you. If you guys have anything to add, you can let us know in the comments. But we'll be back for all things Season 8 as we go. But until next time, I've been Hollow, you've been you. Thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.